Hey everyone, I took two trades today. I made 600, I lost $607 on my first trade, which is Microsoft. I'll show you that in a second. And then I took a second trade on ServiceNow and made $576. So I had a loss for the day of 31 bucks, basically a scratch. But let me show you what happened here. It's a little frustrating today. There's always something about the market that's frustrating. So I took Microsoft short in through here and scaled in. Now, keep in mind, Microsoft calls and puts are very expensive, especially because they're 2 DTE, so they expire on Friday. Today's Wednesday. So I had a bunch of time value in there as well. So they were like $1,300 a piece, ballpark. And so scaling in, at one point I had five positions. That's a much bigger, five contracts. That's a much bigger position than I would like to have. Um, and meanwhile, it went against me. So I was in the money here just for a few minutes, and then it turned around and came all the way back up to the closing range of yesterday. And I was willing to kind of stomach that because it was testing the close from yesterday, so filling the gap, and it was also testing the opening print of today. So that's fairly common. And sure enough, it did pull back here, but there was no continuation. And then it came up a second time and tested that same level, came down again, creating another higher low. So here's a low, here's a higher low, and here's another higher low, and came up a third time. And if it comes up a third time, that's no longer, that means the pattern's breaking. And that's exactly what happened. But I'm pretty frustrated. So I got out of my five positions right on this bar right here. So I took that $607 loss. But look at what the Qs were doing at the exact same time that I was. It seems like I always feel like I'm fighting against the market, which is not what I'm trying to do, of course. But I had the market pegged correctly. The Qs were heavy, they were bearish. So I took a bearish position on Microsoft, which has a bearish setup. So the 2 day moving average is pointing down, the 8 day moving average is pointing down. So it looked like a good trade, but the one position that I took bearish was the one that bucked the trend and went against the market. So I took that loss, which is frustrating. So then I took a ServiceNow and I bought into this flag right here. So and there was a couple of fake outs here, like this a little false breakout. So it came back down to the bottom end of range. And then it came up here to the top of that. This red bar has power. Any big red bar or any big green bar, those big bars have power. It came right back up to the top of that candle, struggled, came down, and then it came back up and fought with it again, came down another time. But this time it did make a higher low, so I stuck with it. And then finally it started its move. And I took, so there's also a key psych level at 115. There's probably a call wall there. I didn't check, but I'm assuming there's a bunch of calls there. So quite often that acts as resistance. So I took off my last position here on this green bar as it came up to 115. It looks like it's going past it now, but that's okay. I made $576 on ServiceNow. So between the two, I had a loss for the day of 31 bucks, basically a scratch. These are my fills. Here are the five positions I took on Microsoft, and eventually took them off for the loss. And then the rest of this is all ServiceNow. So scaling in, scaling in, scaling in, just adding to the position. Took one off, but then it came back down, so I added a couple more. And then here's where I finally got to scale out of the position and make a little bit of money. But not a big day, basically a scratch for me. So anyway, if you want to learn more about my approach to trading, then visit my channel and watch the videos that have a yellow dot on the thumbnail. If there's a video that I think has good, kind of learning content in it, then I put a yellow dot on the thumbnail so you can identify them quickly. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.